Here's a tip for anyone that has a really sloppy column shifter on any like 1999 to 2007 Ford medium or heavy duty truck. I'm not exactly sure on the year range, but this one specifically is a 2001 F650 Super Duty. The shifter tube is right here. I'm gonna get a better picture. Down here is the bracket that goes from the shifter tube to the shift link cable, which is right up there. Now there's two bolts on this. One here, you can see it sticking through the back. Back here, it's going to be a T30. There's going to be one up here, and then one when you're looking back, you can get down behind the dash and see it. It's just below where my finger is, right here. These two T30s have a tendency to back off after a while, and that'll give you a really sloppy linkage where this bracket can move around, and so you'll see a lot of play when you go to shift. Another thing that can happen is these same T30s are used both on the bracket that has the cutouts for each gear that you're shifting into. So as you can see right here, I'm in neutral right now. So if I pull the stalk back and push up, now it's moved over and I'm in the reverse slot. Back down. Now I'm in the drive slot. Now I'm in reverse. So this can move around, but more often it's these caps. Now these caps have a plastic little, almost like a plastic bearing that they ride on when this tube spins. As you can see, one of mine was missing, and of course I work on these on the weekend, and so there's no dealer open. I couldn't find these anywhere, so I found one of these copper tie downs, and I was able to drill the holes out a bit and get this to hold just fine. But these can back off and loosen. Sometimes they'll even fall off completely like this one did. And what actually happened was the one down here, I wanted this to be more secure, but the one down here had fallen off completely and was allowing the entire tube to shift up and down while I was trying to select gear, which would make it go erratic. The last thing that can happen, as far as I know, is on the cluster here, what's actually showing you your gear selection on the cluster is this little cable that comes around. Now this cable goes down through here and wraps around the bottom of the steering column, and you'll see it when it's in the truck right around this area. You can see there's like a little spot for that bracket to screw in down here, right here. And it'll be a very tiny 5.5 millimeter bolt, very small. That bracket is this little plastic piece. Now as you see, mine cracked right here. And what this is an adjuster for the cable. When you pull this cable, as you can see, it shows what gear you're in. And what this does is it hooks onto this little selector hook down here that is attached to the bracket on the end of that shift tube. And so when that shifter moves up and down, it is moving this little hook, which pulls this cable to show you what gear you're in. And that's why it has this adjuster, so that you can put it in a known gear and then adjust it up and down on these threads in order to select the correct gear and have it match your display on the cluster. When this breaks, it can allow it to go off that selection or to kind of move around. You can get these separate as far as I know. Just I wasn't able to find it myself outside of the dealer. And like I said, I don't have availability to get that. So for now, it's just getting a zip tie. Hopefully that'll work for the time being. But that's another thing that can cause you to have some issues, some play in there. So hopefully that helps anyone who's having trouble when they're shifting into gear and it's just all over the place. Thanks for watching. Since I have the cluster back in, here's the adjustment for that cable that goes to your display for gear selection. So right now, I'll put it in reverse, So I know I'm in neutral, nice and tight, but as you can see, it is showing between neutral and drive. So check out your cable down here, and you can see you just roll this and it'll slide this up or down. And then you just adjust it until that is exactly where you want it. And I back it off a little bit just to make sure it's not pulled to one side. Then quickly shift it right into neutral, and it shows neutral, drive, third, second, first. There we go.